Are we good to go? Okay, so we can count down.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Go.
All right, so this is Saturday Morning RPG.
Well, I welcome everybody to Wednesday Morning RPG.
Oh dear, it's actually Wednesday Morning RPG, is it not?
So this is an indie game. Actually, this is an indie game RPG made by it was originally made for the iOS, I believe.
Yes.
And ported over to Steam. So it's basically a stylistic parody of old Saturday morning cartoons, hence the name. Oh, that looks beautiful.
That is perfect.
So this whole chapter is a giant reference to He-Man.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that is actually good luck that saves half a second. You cannot win that battle, and sometimes you get one-shotted. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 hits. So the enemy got a crit on me, and I saved half a second because I got one-shotted.
So clearly we're not powerful enough to take on these guys on our own. So the wizard comes in and gives us our magic Snapper Keeper, because we'll get into this in a bit, but they wanted to use the word Trapper Keeper. That's actually a trademark name. So now we're going to get a bit of a rematch in this fight here. The combat system in this game is... Basically what it is it's a turn-based RPG, although not strictly your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn. Attacks have speed. You have a few different options in battle. You have a charge option, which increases your multiplier of your next attack and by the amount shown. So you can get some ridiculous numbers in that, and it is exactly how much it says. So he's going to mash here, and... so that's
something... Oh. Mike, this keyboard just stopped. That's a great way to start.
All right, well, I'll explain. So you have 3 options in battle, which is a charge, which will increase your multiplier. You have a special skills, which is the top one. We see the flaming fist. Those include the discs, which he's throwing, which is a special attack, and then you have a fist attack, which that looks beautiful.
That's how it's supposed to work.
And yeah, you have special skills here. The Frisbee here actually is the one that does a lot of damage, so we're going to use a lot of that. And then a basic punch attack, which doesn't do much damage, but it's good. It's good and fast. And I love this power. It's so bad.
I love this.
There's all kinds of 80s and 90s references in this game.
So I'm doing some fairly bizarre stuff with the controls right now. We wanted to do a controller cam for this game. However, it was not possible just due to some technical difficulties. But I am playing keyboard and controller at the same time at this moment. And I control the controller with my left hand, one-handed the keyboard with my right. There's several reasons for that. It allows me to get faster overworld movement. Because for some reason doing double inputs increases your overworld movement just a little bit. So we do that. If you haven't noticed, at the start of every battle, I need to rotate the joystick as much as possible. I only went about 5-time multiplier here. Also, mashing on a keyboard and controller obviously increases my multiplier very quickly too.
In the original iOS version, you'd be lucky to get like maybe 3-4 times through the charge ability. On here, because the game reads both input from a controller and a keyboard, you can mash both simultaneously and get up to like 8 times, which just breaks the game in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Not intended to go that high. So he's draining his MP meter. Your attacks don't actually cost any MP to cast. What they do is what the meter is for is it's how much you can multiply by. Once that runs out, you can't increase your multiplier anymore.
Yeah. That was actually a slightly rough mistake on my part. This game also, if you haven't noticed, has Paper Mario style
action commands, basically.
Action commands, yeah.
So you can guard and you can also time your attacks. The nice thing is each attack has multiple timings, which you see there's like a light blue, which is like a good timing, and then there's like a small frame window, which is like a perfect timing. They call it righteous. It's very tight, but also gets you the most benefit.
Yeah. Part of the problem is that this game actually, it's slightly bugged in the timing, so the slider keeps moving after you click the button, which means that even though it looks like you should, if you click right where you think it is, right in the blue zone, you'll actually miss the attack. So you actually have to click before the visual cue that should line up is there.
The other thing is there's also timings for defense. That laser tech is so cool.
Yeah.
So there's a few different timings. The closer it is, the better, the more damage you deflect, and later on you also get the ability to knock certain attacks back with really good guard timing.
Yeah, and we'll be making use of that.
One thing with encounters in this game is you can't run away, so you're kind of trying to minimize encounters through as many means as possible, including a couple of out-of-bounds tricks, which you'll see in this chapter.
Yeah. And yeah, the first one will be very soon. It's not actually, they don't look that impressive. You wouldn't probably recognize them as being kind of out of bounds. But we're going to clip into a rock face a little bit in the next room, and to avoid an encounter. And that's possible by the double input method again. So with these guys, I know how much health every single one of them should have, and I know that my CD normally would do about 10 damage if I get a righteous timing. So in my head, I'm calculating how much health every enemy has. And then whenever I have enough magic, using the multiplier to just finish them off. So this is why, for example, I stopped the multiplier for the first enemy in that batch at about 4.5, because that orange guy had about 45 health. Get on your hoverboard. And this guy, I actually need to max out my meter just about after I rotate my joystick as quickly as possible.
So on the Snapper Keeper, if you rotate it as fast as possible, you can get all 5 stickers. Originally, you'd kind of be lucky to get 2 or 3 on the iOS version, but because you can just, Mario Party your joystick, you can basically get it consistently every time and get all the little bonuses you get at the start of the fight. One thing you'll notice is fights in this game are not actually intended to take very long. I think this is just kind of the mobile game design, which I think it still carries over really well to PC. It's still a really fun game to play. Yeah. You'll also notice all of the special attacks have like a certain number underneath them. The discs, CDs, you can only throw 3 per fight. So if you run out of your good attacks, it's often just faster to just reset the fight, as they can be rendered unwinnable. Thankfully, you can just retry the fight at the start, and it doesn't cost you much.
Okay, so this is where we're going to try to clip a little bit into this rock. Yeah, got it.
You just skipped an enemy right there. That was pretty clean. So there are different types of special attacks you can get. You can hold up to 5. One of the ones he has also is a cookie, which you eat the cookies and they heal 25% of your health, which at times is often worth it because it doesn't use much speed. You'll notice there's a turn order on the top of the, in between the character health bars. That is called speed, and enemies will get a lot more hits than you do in this game. So it's pivotal that you minimize the number of turns each enemy gets in order to play this game as fast as possible. Also, charging his next attack is fast. It doesn't take up as much time as using an attack, and it's more efficient for speed purposes.
Okay. Let's see. We'll do this. He can't recover health. Yes, we got him. They've got 28. They got 28 health, those enemies. So that was very close on the edge there. So here we come into a cutscene. And so, but by the way, this game is based into episodes. So if you notice, this is called any% all episodes. There are 5 episodes into this game. You automatically start in the first one. it automatically always puts you there. You do carry over your experience points from episode to episode, and there is a loose story between each of them. So this is episode 1 that we are currently in, and we're playing as Marty, who's this average high school student with this mega crush on this redheaded girl in his school named Samantha. And so in his dream right here, the evil guy from his favorite cartoon series, Commander Hood, has kidnapped his high school crush, Samantha, and in his dream, he is going to rescue her. And he is doing that because this weird guy named the Wizard gave him this notebook that gives him extraordinary powers. So right now, we're just playing through a dream sequence.
Actually, so one of the interesting facts, so first I'll kind of have to touch a little bit on who Ben actually is. So there's an incentive we have for this game, which is Save or Crush Ben, which will occur at episode 5, so about an hour from now into the run, maybe a little more, give or take. So he's actually a character based on the real-life producer of this game, Ben Moore, and we had a conversation with him actually in a previous marathon run, and he told us a little bit about just kind of the development of this game. And one of the things he mentioned was that Trapper Keeper is actually a trademark name, so they couldn't use it in this game. They actually sought out to get the Trapper to do actually a special edition Saturday morning RPG Trapper Keeper, and they were actually interested in the idea, but because of all the 80s references in the game, they eventually pulled out because they didn't want to get in any copyright issues. So now they just call it the Snapper Keeper.
Yeah.
But I would have personally loved to have bought a Saturday morning RPG Trapper Keeper, even though nobody actually really uses Trapper Keepers anymore.
So, by the way, this is the final boss of episode 1, and I might be able to...
Bogus.
Bogus hit. Bogus does almost nothing. If I would have got a Righteous there was a chance that I would have one-shotted him. This boss... Okay, so this is his defensive mode. No matter how much damage you do, if he's in defensive mode, he will only take 4 damage. So, I have to try to time my hits to not only get him a strong enough hit that would kill, but also... Wow, okay. Apparently, I am just off time. For the record, I traveled internationally here, and I just got on site a few hours ago. After 48 hours of planes and buses. So I'm a little out of the loop. Just a tad, so...
Yeah, Cosmic came in after spending about 9 months in Ecuador, and came here to do his run just in time. Which,
yeah.
thank you for being here, because we were all worried about how that all was gonna go down. Cosmic, it's a bit of a joke we have running with it. There's some bad things that have tended to happen with him getting to marathons. Usually end up hurting himself. So we're just glad you're here in one piece, man.
Yeah. Okay, so now I think I'm going to just restart this one again. This is rough. He went into defensive mode after I was fully built up, which is exactly what I don't want because I waste my meter.
Can you guys do a roll call?
Oh yeah, sure thing. I'm Ghost King. I just did the previous run.
I'm Lou Dolphin.
And I am CosmykTheDolfyn. He went into defensive mode again. Okay.
So I'm surrounded by dolphins.
Yeah.
Yes, it is dolphins everywhere.
This is going... First boss here is going perfectly. I could ask for nothing better.
So we have a donation if we have time.
Oh, sure, go for it.
Great. So we have a donation from, I'm sorry if I butcher this, Kurasu. It's a $10 donation. It says, "Good luck today, Cosmic. I'll miss most of the run because of work, but I'll probably see you at BSB in a few weeks. Let's name Final Fantasy IX Garnet as Fusion in honor of Ruby and Sapphire."
Thank you, Caruso. He's a really awesome person that's in the Ohio speedrunning community. He's just an awesome person in general. There we go. We finally actually got through the boss.
Nice. Shout out to the soundtrack of this game. Fun fact about the soundtrack of this game. The developers were kind of interested in seeing if they could get someone to do a soundtrack to kind of really embody what Saturday morning cartoons and like just that whole 80s nostalgic feel So they sought out Vince DiCola, the composer for the 1986 Transformers movie, among a few other things in the 80s, but notably that. And he actually accepted and is the composer for this game. So yeah, the music for this game is actually composed by the guy who composed Transformers 1986, which was pretty funny because when we did the Scrubathon run, somebody actually said this sounds like some Transformers 1986 stuff before I mentioned that.
Yeah, it's the same guy, and it's already been met. But he even did a song in the style of The Touch at the end of what on earth just happened there? Okay, the game just decided to close. I have no idea why. It's a marathon. Nothing can go wrong, right?
I think.
Okay, so we're going to episode 2 now, actually, instead of closing out the game.
It's kind of neat how all the episodes are like, you plug in a VHS tape.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen one of those before.
What are VHS tapes?
So nothing is unusual about the school that Marty goes to, like nothing at all, never mind the Care Bears.
Yeah. So storyline now is that, you know, Marty here still has a crush on Samantha. And this is the guy that's dating Samantha. He's the school bully, and he's way stronger than us. But whenever we woke up this morning, we found out that the Trapper Keeper that was in our dream, we still have it. So now the school bully's really in for a treat. And we're just going to kind of, yeah, bye-bye. He never stood a chance. But because of that, we accidentally set off this lever that was in the middle of the Bake Festival. And now there's a giant death laser that's been hiding in our school this entire time. And not only that, but this giant death laser is controlled by the evil Dr. Hood of our favorite cartoon series. And so now we have to
put a stop to his nefarious plans.
Yeah. And also all of our teachers, it turns out, were secret agents of Dr. Hood. So we have to go defeat all of our teachers. And by the way, what we're doing right now is asking our genius friend, hey, what should we do about the death laser? And after all that dialogue, he tells us, just turn it off. You go through all that dialogue and it's just, turn it off. So here we go. This guy should have 28 health. And because I snuck into him, so I actually triggered the battle before the room even fully loaded, so it gave me a sneak bonus immediately. And yeah, we got him in one shot without even having to do the charge up, because if you get a sneak attack in, it automatically gives you a three-time multiplier. So that's the nice thing about, you know, attacking enemies before the room even loads. There is probably somewhere around 30 to 40 mini games that are in this, not mini games, side quest, if not more in this game. We just accepted one, and we are only going to do this one side quest, and it's very quick, and why won't become apparent right now, but it will yield us a weapon that's going to be very useful in the future. So
there is another one we would like to talk about, though.
Yeah.
So, as we mentioned, there is a character in this game named Ben, which you can choose to save or crush. Now, why would you do this? So, fun fact. So, like we said, Ben is based on a real person, and all of his side quests usually involve the bathroom. And at the very end, basically he's trapped in like a dump chute, and you have the option to either save or crush him. Now, the real-life Ben Moore has this story where, so back at like MagFest, I want to say 2009, 2010, somewhere in there before this game came out, him and about 6 other roommates were all grouped together in one hotel room. And you know, when you go to those conventions to promote things, you don't get a lot of sleep and you don't exactly eat especially well. So he had an incident where, I won't get into the nitty-gritty because it's just kind of gross, but suffice to say he destroyed the plumbing of the bathroom in their hotel room. So the guys got back at him by giving a side quest in which you can choose to get revenge on him through basically crushing him in a dumpster, in like a dump chute. And there's all kinds of things relating to the character Ben in this game in the bathroom.
Yeah, there's actually 4 side quests in this game involving Ben, and every single one of them involves him either destroy the plumbing or or being crushed. So you could choose to save this poor man who's based off Ben Moore, who was just trying to do his best and, you know, be a good producer of the game and support the programmers and go to them with MagFest and all this stuff to help promote their new product.
Or you can also choose to crush him for the absolute the absolute overload on the senses that most likely induced.
So actually right now, Crush is winning with $12 over $5 for save. So all you guys out there, if you want to influence the crushing or saving of Ben, get your donations in for that.
Okay, so I took that room slowly there because since you can't run from an encounter in this game, obviously it's very slow to get in one. So it saves time to just walk slowly through that room and avoid the encounter as that guard moves. And there we
just cleaned out that MP bar.
Yeah, I think the 8-time multiplier will one-shot this guy. He has about 40 HP. We just did 92. I think it was all right.
Overkill.
Just slightly.
Yeah, it does a lot less overall if you get just a good timing rather than a righteous timing. But so that's usually you don't want to prepare for always getting righteous timings. But when you get them, it adds up and saves you time over the course of the run.
Okay, so you get entirely random stickers that add different effects throughout the game, and you never know which ones you're actually going to get. So I'm going to. So I just put on the ones that I felt like would be good. There is no exact science to what stickers you should have during the run. But they do add different buffs going in or going out of battles.
He did also change a couple of his default special attacks. And one of which was he added an additional cookie, and that's because certain boss fights later in the game, because he's trying to fight as little as possible, he will be under-leveled. So having a little bit of extra healing in a pinch really helps. The other 2 items he has are the baseball card. Refresher on what the baseball card does?
It's another attack similar to the CD. And it is a little bit more powerful than the CD and has about the same speed. There are certain situations where the CD is the better of the 2, and other situations where the baseball bat is better of the 2. And that will be especially evident in episode 3, which we are not going to do right away. You can complete the episodes in this game in any order, so we are going to complete every episode, but we're going to play them. So this is episode 2. We've already completed episode 1. We're going to play the order in 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. And there is a little bit of reasoning for what on earth just happened again.
You might have hit the Windows key.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm not entirely used to this keyboard either. My keyboard that I normally use decided to break right before this marathon. Several of the pins went out of it, and I didn't have any materials to try to resolder it, so I'm borrowing a keyboard. And it's even more interesting because I'm actually slightly disabled in my right hand. I do not have full muscle control in my right hand, nor do I have feeling in it. So to try to adapt to new equipment's a little interesting. Especially whenever you're doing a game where you are controlling the keyboard with just one hand and a controller with the other hand. Yeah. This, whatever happens, whatever the final time is, I'll just say that for me personally, this run is going to be quite interesting. Just with all that's happened. And getting here just in time for this run.
And the last attack he also has is the glove, which doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can paralyze enemies, which is incredibly useful in the final battle of this game.
Yeah, insanely useful. And that's basically the only place you'll see it. So we're carrying that over throughout the entire game just for that one battle. And by the way, that menuing where I changed the stickers and what my special attacks were, that is the only instance of menuing outside a battle in the entire run. And we're not very far in, obviously. So basically, all the items that I have, this is what I'm going to have for the rest of the run, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. The stickers that I have, no matter how good or bad they are, I'm just going to have to deal with them. And yeah, that's basically it. So we're approaching the final boss of Episode 2. He's right behind this door. So I just need to take these 3 guys out.
Quick note, there's actually a specific reason he switches his targeting to kill the black and red uniformed guy here, and that's because he can spawn allies.
No, that's later in the game.
Okay.
The black one here, what he does is he can give you status effects that are pretty terrible on you. One that's incredibly terrible is he decreases your accuracy so bad that you only end up hitting like 1/3 of your attacks. And we obviously don't like that, so we try to get rid of him before he gives us that status. So we always take out the black and red guy first. There we go. And we got the righteous timing. The white guys, let's see, yeah, we'll increase magic here. I don't need to increase defense at this moment. Loaded the next room before the menu even finished there, because you could start moving while the screen is black. Just a little time saver. And this is, so the final boss of Episode 2 are the 2 accounting teachers who are twins. I have to take out the right one first. If I take out the left one, the right one will resurrect the left one and then like instantly kill you. So we don't want that.
The attacks are so ridiculous.
Yeah. So we'll take out this right one. And wow, the CD didn't even reach him, and he just died. The animation did not entirely play. It's interesting. So yeah, we one-shotted him by getting the multiplier up really high. And if I get a righteous timing, yep, that's one shot. And that was final boss of Episode 2. One shot both of them.
Take that, accounting.
By the way, those 2 guys have my favorite. We didn't get to see it because I got through them so quick, but they have my favorite attack in this entire game. Them being the accounting professors, teachers, they have an attack where they just don't even hurt you. They just take your money. They just take your money from you. They throw a folder at you and you lose $30.
It's been about a year since I played this game, so I forget little things like that.
Yeah, but we got rid of him too quick to see that. Fortunately, we don't have to do any shopping besides the cookie we bought in Episode 1 in this entire run, so it's not like that would affect us anyway. But it's just a little, you know, it's a cute little add-in, you know. Oh yeah, by the way, this episode's based on the Grinch, so this is Episode 4. Like I said, we're playing out of order. So we went from Episode 2 to Episode 4, and we'll come back to Episode 3 in a little bit. Episode 4 is actually much easier than Episode 3 when it comes to difficulty of the enemies. And it also will help us to get one more level up before fighting a certain boss in Episode 3 that could one-shot us. So we've been relying on just one-shotting things to get through the fact that we're under-leveled so far. And now we're actually going to face an enemy that could one-shot us. So just getting one extra level before him will help. So we do Episode 4 first to make sure that we actually get him.
I like the presence in this area. They
Yeah.
remind me of like mimics. Sometimes they'll blow up in your face and do a bunch of damage. Other times they'll just like heal you or give you nice benefits.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, they count down, and whenever they reach 1, they will do something every time. But it will always involve in them exploding, so we always leave them for last and hope that they just get rid of themselves instead of us actually fighting them.
I like these guys just standing there like Pokemon trainers, like ready to do battle with anyone who comes into their line of sight. And you can't run away.
I like
Yeah.
shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
That's basically it.
So we did get a donation in. We have a $15 donation from 2-Bit Marksman that says, "Save Ben so you can tell the final boss, don't make me get Ben in here to use your bathroom."
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
And we have another $5 donation from RPD234 that says, "Is it strange that after seeing Shadow Hearts from the New World yesterday, that this plot seems perfectly normal to me?"
Well, the timed button press mechanic is borrowed, so I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense to me. So, if you have anything else to say, you might as well say it now because I had notes for how to do this puzzle and I forgot them in Ecuador. So this puzzle might take longer than intended.
It's like one fast solution to do this, otherwise you're just kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah. Hey, we actually got it quickly. That was entirely just goofing around. I did not remember the solution. And I did not have the notes with me because, like I said, they're in Ecuador.
You just had to believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's all I needed to do. So we actually only need a 3-time multiplier to one-shot these guys if we use the baseball bat. These guys are slightly weak to the baseball bat. Unfortunately, they can paralyze us, which means that I might not attack. Okay. That time, I got an attack off. 5's a little bit of overkill. For some reason, using the CD usually works better if you're paralyzed. I don't know why.
In the sense that the timing is easier?
I don't know what it is. Like, if you use the CD, you're less likely to be stopped by paralysis than the baseball bat. I don't know what the reasoning is. It just seems to do that. And here we come to the final boss of Episode 4. Episode 4 actually has very few battles and just a ton of side, like, fetch quest stuff. Because, like I said, this whole area is based on the Grinch. So, Commander Hood, the evil guy from our cartoon series, has stolen all the presents in town, like the Grinch. And now we need to, okay, that's exactly not what I want. So I'm just going to reset this fight. I'm going to actually just go up to about 5 and take out half damage from him and see what happens. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, you are a jerk today. So yeah, I did 91 damage to him there, and he only took 4. And he's got 85, so that would have one-shotted him. This can just kind of happen in this game. So let's hope he does not do it again here. Okay.
He shoots a gun and you're just like, you just block with your arms. Righteous defense, 1 damage.
So there we go. We defeated him. He says, all right, stop this nonsense. I'll give back the presents. And now we just need to go back and give back all the presents. But for some reason, all his cronies are still down here. I don't know why. They're just hanging out, still ready to fight us. And I'm figuring I should be like, yo, dudes, I just pulverized your boss, man. I just took him out in 2 shots. Do you want to mess with this awesomeness? Do you actually want to risk it? And they're still like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. Your boss isn't even giving you orders anymore. Yeah, whatever. We don't want you to give back the presents. He said he wants us to give back the presents that he stole. So? I imagine this conversation happening as we're fighting desperately for our lives using Trapper Keepers and CDs.
Hey, it is Snapper Keeper.
Snapper Keeper.
Because apparently that's a generic name.
I guess the guards just keep doing their job even without their boss's presence.
Then I want these employees for whatever business I open up in the future.
I applaud you for that one, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, presents.
Yes.
Like I said,
I have been up way too late for this.
I have been without sleep for about the past 48 hours, so don't expect puns to immediately click. There we go. Okay. So, I feel like you should have called out to Brossentia before that. Even if he couldn't have heard. It's been like, hey, Brossentia.
Probably felt like a disturbance in his while sleeping and just woke up. He's like somewhere out there at the stream room, somebody just made the worst pun of all time.
He just has a sixth sense.
Quit slapping me, snow monsters.
Bogus.
So they have 28 health. I took away 26. Good job, me.
I kind of just noticed that he also uses his turn, like he'll use punch attacks just because they're quicker on speed than special attacks, and even though they don't do much damage, it gives him a little bit of chance to recharge his MP meter.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what they call it, if they call it like MP or what.
I don't remember.
Just to use it to charge.
Yeah. Anytime you get a righteous defense or a righteous attack, it recharges your MP meter. So, you try to get that. So 2, 3, 3. Okay, we'll target one of the 3s, and this guy will explode immediately.
Plus 40% strain. Achievement unlocked.
1.21 gigawatts! The achievements are also puns on famous 80s references.
I'm kind of surprised I managed to enjoy this, considering I have seen hardly any 80s movies. This is before my time, I tell you.
Meanwhile, I completely geeked out when you got the Total Protonic Reversal achievement. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan.
Okay, I do get that one.
I did not get that one. So anything else that you notice, just mention what on earth it was referencing.
Okay, that one there is a rock that is named Chris that you give a present to. This game goes there. Also, that's Arnold.
Yeah. So I've got to give 21 gifts to people, and I'm actually doing this in a semicircular pattern. This is Samantha, by the way, that we're supposed to have the crush on.
You can actually talk to them and move away from them, but if you don't complete the text box, it doesn't count as giving the present. So
yeah.
It's just, I did that. I learned that the hard way in my casual run.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. So I'm doing this in a semicircular pattern because after you give all the presents, you're supposed to go to a certain spot on the screen. Oh, I forgot someone. That's perfect. Where are you? Okay, here you are. And so I'm going to finish this quest right beside the tile that I need to start the next cutscene at. So as soon as I talk to that guy, I just hit down for a split second, this cutscene immediately starts. Whereas if I had given the 21st gift to someone else, I would have had to go all the way back to that spot.
So plot twist, Santa Claus is actually Santa Claus, a Care Bear.
Yeah. And it's funny, if you talk to the bears in episode 2 before this episode, so it's a joke that builds for a long time. They casually mention that no bears celebrate Christmas because all bears are Jewish. And that you get to episode 4 and Santa Claus is a Care Bear. It's a long building joke, and then you realize it at the end. It's like, huh, what? This game's got very corny humor if you just mess with it a little bit. It's pretty great.
There's a lot of things, a lot of jokes that build on previous setups and punchlines.
Yeah.
Pick this up.
A sticky note?
Yeah.
Oh, was it like a note for your run or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying,
I was like,
did somebody want to tell me something and I didn't see it?
No, I just didn't want that sitting there. There was a Powerade bottle sitting on that TV for like a whole day. To bot or not to bot?
So this episode, if you notice, there is right here in the foreground talking to us at the school symposium, LaBeouf the crime dog, not McGruff.
LeBouf.
LaBeouf the crime dog. Also, you barely saw him there, but my favorite character in this game is Stanley the robot janitor. If anybody has ever seen UHF, the Weird Al movie, Stanley the janitor,
Yes.
yeah, just the fact that they put that in. And these are Transformers, obviously. Or, they're not exactly Transformers, but they're made to be like Transformers. And there's an evil faction and a good faction. The good faction is telling us to stay away from drugs. Also, by the way, Billy wants to refight us after we beat him up so bad in episode 2. And, yeah, bye, Billy. We're not going to refight you. Transformers are going to take care of that for us. I can't even remember what these guys' real names are. They've got a non-Transformer name, and I can't remember what it is. But the bad Transformers tell us, no, you should take this drug called Powertron, and it makes you super strong. And we're like, no, that is bad. We are not a bad person. So what you're supposed to do in this chapter is go to is to destroy all the stores of Powertron in the city and then defeat all the evil Transformers guys. Or you could just go straight to them while they're all jacked up on this Powertron and are super powerful. Well, it takes a lot of time to track down all the Powertron, so we're just going to go beat them while they're all jacked up and powerful. So there's 2 bosses in this that if I don't time stuff correctly, will kill me in 1 hit. The boss and the mid-boss in this will both do that. So that is why I went and did episode 4 first, just to get a little bit of extra health coming into this area, just to decrease the chances of that happening.
We talked about level up stat choices.
No, we have not. Would you want to explain that for us, please?
Sure. So you're given a choice after each level up of what stat you want to give a bonus to between 2, and I believe they're chosen at random.
Yes, they
so
are.
There's a little bit of randomness, but you generally want to focus on what makes fights quicker. So speed and power specifically. Sometimes magic, and then there's one other one.
Defense.
Defense.
Yeah, so those are the 4 stats. Actually, speed is the one we increase the least, which seems counterintuitive, especially in a speed run. But one of the bosses, if we have a speed increased more than 2, it messes with the timing of the boss. Whereas right now we can get a perfect timing to like one-shot him.
I love this righteous defense. There's a guard and then knocks a missile back.
Yeah, if that was a mid-boss, we just one-shot him. So to get that, you need at least 7.5 power, and also get a righteous timing with the baseball bat. That's the only way to one-shot him. So we had 7.9, we got the righteous timing. So
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh my goodness.
Yep, the dam that. Oh yeah, they also tell us that if you don't save the if you don't give us the power draw, we'll blow up the Jean-Claude Van Damme. Also, look at the cola machines in the background here. You'll notice that they are selling Vince D. Cola, the composer of the game.
And composer for Transformers.
Yeah. All the little references. So these guys explode and do a lot of damage to enemies around them. These little floating orbs. So anytime you see them in a fight, I'm going to be aiming for those guys first so that they can do damage to other things for me whenever they blow.
So the puzzle in this area is specifically, you raise certain platforms, but they're like one-way, kind of like one-way ledges in Pokemon, where you can go across one way but not the other, and you hit the switches, which will raise all the blue or all the yellow platforms.
Mm-hmm. So it's just based puzzles in that. There's a lot of encounters in this area that just by slowing down at some points I will be able to dodge.
The nice thing of this game is you heal after every fight, so you don't have to worry about cumbersome menuing and all that.
Okay. Yeah. Wait for this guy to pass. Then we can go up, hit that panel. That's what I meant by waiting for something to pass, because obviously getting an encounter takes time, and just waiting a second, even if it's like 10-15 seconds, that's obviously faster than an encounter, so we'll do that. We'll do that several times in this episode. Okay, so taking out this red one might actually kill the purple one in the same shot. Yes, it did. Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I meant with the explosions damage the other enemies. So the purple ones actually don't damage whenever they explode. They just poison other enemies around them. So only the red ones actually do damage whenever they explode. The blue floating orbs will decrease the speed of whatever's around them whenever they explode. Red ones do damage, purple ones give poison, green ones decrease accuracy, I think? That's not fair. Missed attacks. There we go, okay. Yeah, this guy's got enough health gone that I should be able to one-shot him. Yep.
Awesome. So one of the things kind of funny is you notice the stats when he levels up, or when he beats a battle, like for his rank, kind of has like this up and down graph. The only three that matter are the like the three that are indicated there.
So these guys, every time you attack them, they get an annoyance level that builds up, and whenever it goes up to 100%, they just automatically explode and do a suicide attack. Or they can aggravate themselves. So if one of them's aggravated, I try to leave it till the end in hopes that it'll aggravate itself to death. So this one...
I'm so angry.
Yeah. This one's at an aggravated level of 40%. The other one was at an aggravated level of 0. But, yeah.
So I was saying, like, damage, defense, and speed. I actually forgot what those were.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the only three that matter is the rank for damage, defense, and speed, which usually is able to get pretty good ranks on most of them. He's able to kill them efficiently and easily.
So by taking out this one guy in the front, I'm going to automatically give 20% annoyance to the other two guys in the back because they get damaged and therefore get annoyed whenever this guy explodes. So hopefully one of these back bomb heads will annoy himself to death instead of me actually fighting him. One of them's annoyed up to 40%, so there's a chance that he could annoy himself all the way up to 100 directly now. So I'll take the one that's only annoyed at 20%. But it looks like 40% guy did not annoy himself anymore, so I'm going to have to take him out the good old-fashioned way.
That's annoying.
Yeah, that's annoying, man. CD to the face.
Boy, this couch is comfy. Ozzy was not kidding.
So this is another one that I have to go slow there. Then I have to wait for him to walk back, because again, that's faster than the encounter. And now I get into an encounter with this guy because he's standing in the way. I cannot get past him. So these red transformers are actually really annoying to fight. Every single turn they have a 1 in 2 chance of going into a defensive mode that makes it impossible to do any damage to them.
Yeah, they effectively, like, transform.
Yeah.
But, oh, he did it.
Yeah, he did it. There's also yellow transformers that have a 1 in 5 chance of doing it, so they're obviously nowhere near as bad. But there is an encounter with 3 of these red transformers that you cannot skip. And you just have to sit there and kind of wait for them to get out of their transformed state to try to do anything. However, when there's only 1 left on the screen, they will only attack. They will not go back into the transformation state, which is pretty handy. So now we can actually take this guy out.
is, well, I feel like it's been a while. So your rank also increases your experience, correct?
Yes.
That little bonus that pops up on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The faster you do a fight, the more experience you get. And the less damage you take, the more experience you get. So, ironically, since we're going through so quick and are under-leveled, that means that we're receiving less experience every time because our defense is so low, we're taking massive amounts of damage every fight, which means that we receive less experience points for every battle we do. So it's kind of a catch-22, and it just gets harder and harder as the run goes along. But we're just built up our attack so much and using this multiplier to just kind of steamroll everything anyway. Oh, that guy had 1 HP left. I had an 8-time multiplier, and he had 1 HP left.
So we have a $10 anonymous donation that says, it's always worth getting up early for Saturday morning RPGs. Now where did I leave my chocolate frosted sugar bombs? Thanks, Cosmic, for the enthralling run.
Ooh, man, now, you know, I've always wondered how those chocolate frosted sugar bombs really tasted. Of course, that was part of the magic of Calvin and Hobbes, wasn't it? Imagining, you came up with things more goofy in your own head than Bill Watterson probably would have came up with himself. And I think that was part of the magic of Calvin and Hobbes. So, anyway. Yeah, let's get rid of the yellow guy. Bye-bye. And now we've just got this red transformer that we can't hit. Can't really do anything to. There we go. Get out of that transformation state.
You may not be able to suplex a train in this game, but you are able to punch a car to death.
We punch cars
That's
to death.
something.
And then we hit them with baseball bats and send them flying off screen. And that attack missed, so we didn't send him flying off screen, but we will do that soon. Because we've still got to use the baseball bat, so we'll send him off screen. Just give me a jiffy. Increase that multiplier back up. Hey, baseball bat. Bam.
So as I said, that multiplier is actually the multiplier. I had wondered myself, surely there's no way I can make an attack do 8 times normal damage. Nope, it does 8 times
does 8
normal
times
damage.
more damage.
It actually makes this game have a pretty interesting skill cap.
Yeah.
Because if you're able to get that and righteous timings, you can one-shot a lot of things that you were never meant to one-shot.
Yeah, because the righteous timing actually doubles your attack. So if imagine that you're at ×8 and then double that, so you're at so a lot of our attacks we're doing like ×16 what your normal attack is. So that's why a lot of stuff is just kind of going boom. And going boom very quickly. Yes. Yes, I would like to aim my baseball bat at this guy. Wow, and I missed.
It's kind of like actual baseball. You only hit 30% of the time.
I never played baseball, man. I don't know how to use a baseball bat. Okay, so now yellow went in defensive mode. That's perfect. But with a righteous timed baseball hit, I might be able to get red here. Yeah, we got the righteous timing.
Righteous.
Righteous. Now, come on, yellow. You can get out of your little defensive state. Okay. We don't need very much multiplier to take him out now. There we go. Boom. I love that it plays a little, like, fanfare chorus whenever you use the baseball bat, too, of, like, take me out to the ball game or whatever that is.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, that.
Charge.
Here you go. This is the most annoying encounter in the entire game. 3 guys that have a 1.5 chance of not being hurtable. 3 of them. Okay, so one of them went into defensive mode. I'm going to attack the front, and he went into defensive mode. By the way, I'm going to just restart the fight. By the way, in this scenario, the red Transformers are not actually able to be hit by CDs. They just do not take damage from CDs. So if you remember doing the side quest all the way in episode 2 to get the baseball bat, we specifically got it for this episode to be able to damage the red Transformers. If it wasn't for the red Transformers, we would never need to get the baseball bat. But it's a powerful attack that can easily be, is faster to get than trying to grind money to build something or buy something, and still damages these guys. So, okay, we attack this guy in the back. Because you can tell what order the enemies are going to attack in, and I knew the guy in the back wasn't going to attack until I had already gotten an attack off first, so he couldn't have went into the transformative state before I attacked him. So now, come on. Get out of defense mode. Thank you. There we go. He's only got 20 HP left. One hit with the baseball bat should do that. There we go.
Nice.
Most annoying counter in the game, done. And, oh, whoops. Almost past the exit. You know, that's...
You've come a long way. You think we could forgive you for that?
So this is one of the 2 boss fights that they can one-shot me. But I'm actually going to time this perfectly to one-shot him.
Yes, so this fight, if he takes too many turns... Or no, is that I think that's the other fight. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the other fight. This guy does...
He takes a few turns in which he'll try and fire a laser at you.
Yeah, so he could barely be hurt right now. So we punch him twice, and after we punch him twice, it lines up the timing perfectly so that he only attacks us once. And if we get a dodge, we survive. We got a dodge. And now we're at 9.9 multiplier, and he's just a sitting duck that cannot do anything. I wonder what we would do. Oh, wow, we just one-shot the boss. So, believe it or not, that's why we can't increase the speed of Marty until we go to this battle. Because if we increase the speed of him, it will mess up the turn order in that battle. Which means that we won't just one-shot him there. We'd have to wait and try to find an open opportunity. But since we don't increase his speed, I know that I punch twice, then do 2 charges, and then it will always be available to me just one-shot him. Every single time. So, yeah, being at low speed actually helps there. And another puzzle like before, this one's a whole lot easier. There we go. And we just cross the bridge.
Yeah, and ordinarily they expect you to play this in the sequence of 1 through 5, because that was actually how they were released, because this game was released fairly episodically. So it's like you do the damn puzzle the first time, and you get into the much trickier one in episode 4, but since you're doing episode 4 first, this one looks a lot easier going back to it. I like how the game gives you clues of when there's a point of no return.
Yeah. So I want to get at least an 8 times multiplier on this guy first turn. That is my only way to one-shot him. So, fingers crossed. Or get a righteous defense on him. Yes! 8.5. So this guy can fly away and stay away from us as long as 10 turns. But he always does the same first 4 attacks. Which means that I can get him one-shotted before his 5th attack where he can start flying away. And if you don't get the righteous defense and do a little bit of damage to him, and also get the over 8.5 times multiplier, and then get the righteous multiplier on top of that to do double the 8 times multiplier, you do not one-shot him, so... Yeah,
that's good that you got that first try.
Yeah, that is honestly very scary. Okay, this guy's almost down. Bye-bye. And that is episode 3 done. And we've only got 1 episode left in the entire game. And we're under an hour out of the first 4 episodes, which is, believe it or not, even with losing like 2 minutes to the first boss fight in the game, is somehow on the same pace that the world record run was on. Now, we are not going to hit world record. Don't start thinking that you can, because crushing or saving Ben both lose time. So we're going to crush or save him. So get your donations in. You've only got about 2 minutes until you can do that.
I already jinxed the world record curse, so I was like, hey, this should be easy in just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
So this is episode 5. Since I've got a little bit of time, I'm going to try to show off a fairly complicated glitch here that requires multiple inputs. Hey, we got it! So now I'm playing with the menu stuck over top. It's just a little graphical glitch. There's no purpose to this whatsoever. I just thought it would be funny to show off.
I assume you found this completely by accident.
Okay, and now... Okay, there we go. And we leave the building now.
So let everybody know, save is currently winning $20 to $12.
Ooh.
So like Cosmic said, if you want to influence whether Ben is saved or crushed, get your donations in pretty soon.
And on that note, we've got a few cutscenes, so if you could pop off any donations if we've got them.
So we are going into space.
Yeah, because we're going into space now. This will not rip off any other franchise you've ever seen in your life.
Space.
Jefferson Airport. I think I have to imagine that's a reference, but I don't know if that's an 80s reference. Maybe it is Jefferson Starship. Okay. Go ahead.
Jefferson Starship's a band from the 80s, yes.
Yes, but they started off as airplanes. So
Yes,
it's like,
they did.
oh, but that was 60s.
And then they went to just Starship.
Yep.
Sarah, Sarah. That's my favorite song by them.
That is a good song.
By the way, yeah, we will be doing a sing-along to the final song of this game as we're escaping something.
I signed a waiver beforehand. I have been talking for 4.5 hours. I think my voice is good. I got to be here for the next run too.
Okay, I will sing along to the next song. I am raising my hand and my controller in agreement to this. You guys don't have to.
But to give you an idea, if you know the song "The Touch" from the Transformers 1980s movie, the song is the same singer. So you got some shoes to fill there.
It's for money. It's for charity.
This is what everyone needs it for in the morning. Just some good old karaoke.
Oh yeah, by the way, these black enemies here, whenever they attack us, they give us money. So we had accountants that didn't hurt us but just took away money. These guys hurt us and give us money at the same time.
I don't know how they have our currency to do this. Maybe they think of our currency as a weapon. Which, if you get really philosophical, you might be able to make an argument, but that is way above what this game is probably going for.
So you've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds to close out that bid war. Whenever I exit the... So I'm going to go in this room, and whenever I exit that room, that's when we cut off the bid war. So you've got 1.5 minutes tops. Well, maybe technically a little bit more than that, but we'll just say you've got 1.5 minutes. You want to snipe it now. Because we ain't waiting for you. Oh yeah, by the way, the storyline right now is that after saving Christmas and telling the evil Commander Hood that stealing from people is bad, he's like, I'll never be evil again. And then another guy tells us, you know why Commander Hood was evil in the first place? Because there was a guy giving him a ton of money to be evil, and he's named the Financer. And he has a giant space station that looks like a moon. Never heard that before. That's sitting right above Earth as we speak, that has a giant laser beam that is going to blow up the entire Earth if we don't blow up the station first.
There are so many things you could be referencing right there.
I have no idea where. I have no idea what these enemies look like either. No idea whatsoever. By the way, the white ones have the least amount of health of all the variations of these Dragagon Troopers is their name. The red ones have a little bit more health and can call in recruits, so we always get rid of the red ones. And then the black ones have just a little bit more health than the white ones also, but they do the most damage. So the order we try to get them out is red, black, white to save ourselves. So there we go. Should get this guy. Yeah, so when I leave this room, after I hit this switch, Bid War is done. I've hit the switch, I'm walking out. By the way, you can't avoid that encounter, so. But the door's right there.
He was thinking it the whole time.
Okay, that is amazing. Both of them attacked instead of calling in another recruit. That is very rare.
And one of the things I was going to mention was if there are 3 enemies on screen, they won't be able to call any more recruits because that's the maximum number of enemies that can be on the screen at the same time. So if there are encounters where there's 1 of them and 2 others, usually want to target the red guy so they don't call in more troops. The XP's nice, but the quicker battles is better.
Okay, Bid War's done.
You're saving him.
I'm saving him. Okay.
It's okay, Ben. We forgive you.
Yeah, we forgive you, Ben. We all understand. We've all had days like this. We all have. So we might as well read all the text, too, as we save him. Relish in the moment. Hey. Blue guy decreased my speed. A green guy poisoned me. I don't like either of that.
Yeah, bogus.
Okay. Just do a little bit. 3 should be more than enough to take out. And oh yeah, do the nice slowest attack you have while you're at it. I need a cookie, just for safety's sake.
Well, to give you an idea, like, so far he hasn't... Oh, there's our first death. Yeah, you can die a lot in this game just by, if you miss a few commands, you just don't have the means to recover fast enough.
Yeah.
As I said, the combat in this game, the battles were never intended to take very long. It kind of fits the initial mobile game design. And we are exploiting some of the quirks of PC, being able to play on PC. But you could still just find yourself in a situation where, oh, I ran out of all of my uses of special attacks, and you're basically just punching until the enemy inevitably wipes you out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that bogus attack that I did wasted a turn, so that just kind of happened there.
Poison hits hard in this game.
It does. It takes away like 20 HP every time. Rise from your grave. Rise. Okay. All right, Ben.
Take the Altered Beast reference.
Marty, you don't understand how much of a relief this is. Can you get me out of this trash compactor? There's toots everywhere. It's so gross.
If you look at the McDonald's looking box there, it actually says Rick Astley's.
So here we go. We click the right one here, and we lower the ladder, and Ben is saved. You're awesome, dude.
You should get EXP for it. That is to Ben Moore.
Shout outs to Ben Moore. He's an awesome dude, by the way. the marathon we were able to do with him was an online marathon named Scrubathon, and he was just an absolute gem to have in the call.
Oh, man, me telling that story, I did not do it justice. That was we were just losing it, and it didn't. Not even the one was again on Saturday morning, like 5 in the morning, and we were just barely trying to contain ourselves from waking people up.
Yeah, by the way, you don't even need to enter that room where Ben's in. That was an entirely optional thing that added a little bit of time and an extra fight, so...
But we knew we didn't leave him there for the worm monster to eat him.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go back in there, a worm monster rises up out of the toots. Kind of similar to, you know, some classic 77 movie that I remember that there was some sort of monster in a trash compactor. I don't know what it could be. Just not ringing a bell.
I'm gonna take a shot and say it has something to do with space.
I would agree.
It was totally Star Trek the Motion Picture, right?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Which one?
The motion picture. That was the first one.
I know.
Gun! I'm so lacking on sleep.
Don't worry, we all are.
So yeah, we take out the red. Ooh. Now we're up 4.7. We can take out the black. Boom. And just enough health left over. I mean, magic, not health. Whatever it is. To take out this white one. Bam! I have no idea what I just upgraded because I was mashing. I did not see what I upgraded. I'm hoping it was power or defense. Because that's what I would like going into the final boss. Yeah. We are almost to the final boss of the game.
I'll preface a bit because it can kind of not be super obvious what Cosmyk's going to try and do against the final boss. But suffice to say, the final boss is just a point that could just totally screw you over and you would have not much you could do about it sometimes.
Right.
The thing he's going to try and do is he's going to use the glove ability that he unlocked a while ago and has not used. It doesn't do much damage, but it can paralyze. And this works on the final boss, and you really want to do this to kill the final boss quickly, because one of the final boss's abilities is he will kill your multiplier, which means you can effectively drain your entire bar of multiplier or of MP and go all the way up to 8.5, only to have it reduced, and you just have no means of fighting back because your attacks will not do enough damage to finish him.
Mm-hmm. Since we're so underleveled, if you were to play this game normally, you would be leveled enough that you would be able to beat this guy without using the multiplier. However, we obviously can't do that, so...
Yeah, I played this game, I would call it a casual speed playthrough. I didn't do a whole lot of side quests, but I did a couple here and there, and this kid gave me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so trying to find a way to route in to be able to defeat him, without the use of with the use of the multiplier whenever you normally can't was really fun. I was just trying every weapon in the game on another file and seeing if anything worked. And after just hours of testing on him, I found out that hey, we can actually paralyze him, and that's what the entire fight's based off of. Getting paralysis on him. So he has a 33% chance of getting paralyzed, and we can try it twice. So we are going to do our best to get that paralysis on him on the first or second try. And if I don't get it, then I'm just going to restart the battle, because there's no way to beat the battle without getting paralysis on him. But as everybody's probably already seen if you've watched this from the beginning, restarting a fight wastes no time at all.
So out of curiosity, can the red guys call other red guys?
They can, which is very annoying.
Sounds lovely. Just get a run to endgame. Hey, I'm on PvP. Summon, 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 summon. Come on.
I've had that continue on for roughly like 7 turns once. It was a nightmare.
As a note, there are attacks which can hit all enemies. All the ones he's been using have been single target just because those are extremely powerful and effective. But there are a few. There's one that's great where you turn into a truck and run over all of them.
Yeah, you take out a toy truck, it becomes an entire truck.
I have the truck. I am the truck.
There we go. So that was the last encounter before the final boss. So
We're on really good pace right now, considering the time loss and the 2 minutes.
yeah,
And the crush Ben. There's crush and save Ben incentive.
yeah. So this is the Financer, the final boss of the game, and after this we're going to be singing. Well, I'll be singing. They won't.
We'll be
Make sure you
listening.
don't finish it too fast, because you can get through like one verse of the song and just end it.
Yeah.
I love this music, by the way.
Okay. No, not charge. Glove. Okay. Please. Oh yeah, he's got 1 white glove.
And a
Yep.
moonwalk.
Moonwalks. I wonder what that's a
In
reference
space.
to.
And hockey stick. The bad guy.
Okay, so we didn't get a paralysis there. We'll just restart. So like I said, just restarting is really fast, thankfully. So yeah, that's the zapper that can remove everything.
You can, in theory, brute force it, but he loves using the zapper.
Yeah.
Wonder what that's a reference to.
I have no idea. Ah, come
Aw, even
on.
a crit.
I don't want to crit. I want paralysis.
So you're both lucky and not lucky.
Yeah. Come on. Like I said, there's a 1 in 3 chance. And this is how many attempts now?
I'd say this is about 1 in 3 if marathon odds was the deciding factor. Your multiplier is useless against my zapper. It actually looks like an NES zapper is one of the things I like about it.
Okay.
We get to hear more of this music. And then we get to hear more awesome music after.
Okay. Oh, I selected punch. Whoops. That's helpful.
I wonder what he's doing there. Shooting a buster, it looks like.
Yeah. Yes!
There we go.
Paralyzed. Okay. So now he's not going to be able to attack correctly for 2 turns. Get that multiplier up in those 2 turns. And we should be able to one-shot him here. Yep, got the righteous. You need to get the righteous afterward too. So it's not just the it's not just the fact that you need to
It's not just the multiplier that you need there. You also and the paralysis. Now he
Yeah.
has a second phase, and this is where, and if this needs to go well too, because if he dies here, he's got to start the fight over.
Okay.
They're just
They're laying in.
pummeling.
Okay.
The thing to note about the cookies is the heal percentage, so they're useful for the entire run.
Yeah. They heal at a constant percent. Okay, that should be enough to one-shot him. I just need to survive. Okay. That's 2 attacks. I'm going to do a cookie first, just in case. Yes, we got the most dangerous guy out.
Thankfully, these guys only do about half the amount of damage you can do each, so we're in the clear pretty much.
Yeah, we're in the clear now. But that second phase is scary because you have to come out of those really rough odds and then just get to that phase where they just pummel. But
take it away, Cosmo.
After my heart starts slowing down. There we go. Final boss.
Effectively, run's done. We got a little bit more to go. And we're going to have a bit of an extended ending here.
So this guy tells you as he's dying, I can't be saved now, but I actually wanted you to defeat Commander Hood for me, and I gave the wizard the Trapper Keeper that made you so powerful, and told him to give it to you. So, I'm back. Here we go. Think you've lost your touch. Going by you fast, it's like a crutch.
Oh my gosh.
Wounds are clearing with the winds of change. Now's the time to get back in the game. When life gives you a second chance, don't let your past stand in the way. No risk, no glory. Now is the moment to see just what you can be. No risk, no glory. Go of the past and rewrite history. No risk, no glory. Just knock down the walls and break free from the chains that bind. Don't survive. By the way, all I need to do is exit this door, stop time, so. There's no fight. Rise above the crowd. Spread your wings, they'll lift you off the ground. The prize is right before your eyes. Fear will only knock you down. No risk, no glory. Now is the moment to see just what you can be. No risk, no glory. Let go of the past and story. I forgot the lines. No risk, no.
This is exactly what I needed at 4:30 in the morning. Thank you, man. All right.
And final. Only strong survive! Time.
That was beautiful. You need to get some sleep.
I really do.
Thank
you. Yeah, so that was Saturday morning RPG.
Well, it is Wednesday, but
Wednesday morning RPG.
that reminds me, I get to say it. It is a Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Oh yeah, by the way, at the end of that, we found out that Samantha, our crush in high school, is actually a member of a secret police force that are also all rock stars, and she's an undercover agent in high school.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, and she breaks up with Billy the jerk, so.
Life is good.
Yep. So, thank everyone that is still in the room. If my singing did not scare you out,
I'm a little afraid for our tech guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Poor two bits Mark man over here is just kind of whatever. He told us that he did have the power to mute, but he withheld.
You guys donated. There you see Ben Moore in the credits.
Yeah.
You guys donated $300. You got
every bit of it. There we
It's well
go.
worth it.
Yep. So I believe next is
Cthulhu Relief Tagen.
Yep. So thanks to everybody for watching. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks for that great run, Cosmic. We have a $5 donation from Wandering Mind. It says, Yo, Cosmic, I'm so glad you made it to RPG Limit Break this year. Donating for a good cause because the future is so bright, I gotta wear shades.
Et bonjour. Et donc on va reprendre tout de suite le fil normal du marathon. Cette performance du runner était intense. Hein. On sent que il était dedans, c'est bien. Et on va reprendre avec Cthulhu Save the World. Lie like Toloftagen, hein, comme on dit, par chez nous. Donc, ce sera commenté par Anna Poulpe et peut-être Caribou. Enfin, il est censé être là, mais on va voir. Peut-être, il a pas l'air d'être. Il a pas l'air d'être. Enfin, il est connecté, mais il a un jeu de lancer, donc on va voir ce qu'il va faire. Il est possible qu'il arrive en cours de run. On l'a poké, mais en attendant, on va ramener Anna sur le live. Là.
Allô, allô. Salut tout le monde, comment ça va?
Et il faut que je baisse le son du stream US, donc je vais repartir en régie parce que sinon je vais avoir le retour audio insupportable et je vous baisse le son du stream US.
D'accord, bon, on va te laisser faire. Donc, comment ça va sur le stream? Est-ce que ça se passe bien pour l'instant? Donc on attend un petit peu le jeu suivant. Eh bien, coucou Super Player 2. Oui, je dis pas les SPR devant, sinon j'y arrive plus. Et donc, on va passer sur Cthulhu Save the World. On va peut-être quand même et rappeler très vite pourquoi on est là. Hein. On est là pour soutenir... Attendez, je sors mes notes. Non, on est là pour soutenir Nomi. C'est une association qui aide les personnes handicapées. Alors, surtout aux États-Unis, mais ça ne vous empêche pas de donner, donc bourrez les dons. Voilà, et donc on va passer d'ici peu sur Cthulhu Save the World. Alors, le runner va jouer sur la version PC. Alors, petit point quand même, très vite. Petit point très vite sur le jeu. Le jeu est à 1 €. Voilà, merci. Nami associé. Et donc, oui, le jeu est dispo pour vraiment pas cher sur Steam. Mais genre, il est souvent en dessous des 1 €. Hein, Donc, il faut pas... Allô?
Allô Anna, bonjour.
Allô, allô? Ah, donc... Ah oui, c'est Caribou qui est arrivé.
C'est ça,
On se demandait si t'arriverais.
J'arrive. On m'a fait passer un message de service, il faut que tu baisses un peu ton micro.
Il faut que je baisse un peu mon micro. Je vais faire ça. Je vais faire ça. Laissez-moi juste le temps de passer en réglage micro. Le temps de retrouver où c'est là-dedans.
Les embrouilles techniques, parce que sinon, ça serait un
voilà. Est-ce que là, c'est mieux?
Moi, je t'entends moins. Maintenant, c'est pas moi qui... Il faut voir un peu ce que l'os dit.
On va attendre que l'os me dise s'il faut que je baisse mon micro. Sauf que plus je baisse le micro, plus ce crétin, il me remonte le son.
Je m'immisce. Caribou, il faut que tu mutes le son du hangout parce que là on t'entend à double. Il faut que tu mutes ton micro surtout.
J'avais oublié, désolé.
Voilà. Non, mais c'est tant que c'est pas pendant la run, c'est cool.
Donc, alors moi au niveau du micro, on m'a dit qu'il faut que je baisse. Ah, mais il est déjà reparti. Je vais baisser un peu comme ça, ce sera peut-être mieux. Voilà. Est-ce que là c'est mieux dans le chat? Niveau son du micro. Est-ce que c'est mieux?
D'une furtivité incroyable cet homme. Il arrive, c'est incroyable.
Oui, c'est parce que j'ai entendu qu'en fait j'étais parti un peu vite parce que je le stream FR à côté. Le micro c'était juste un petit peu, 10% par rapport à ce que...
D'accord, bon attends,
Là c'est peut-être au contraire un peu faible.
Peut-être au contraire un peu faible, mais bon, on va re-régler ça, il n'y a pas de problème. C'est vrai qu'on me dit juste faut baisser, je sais pas de combien, donc...
Ouais.
Les niveaux... Là, ça devrait être bon. Normalement, je pense.
Ouais, on baisse de 5%.
Baisse de 5%. On va baisser de 5%. Alors, il faut que j'arrête de fermer avant qu'on me dise si c'est bon ou pas. Là, ici, comme ça.
Là, je pense que c'est bien.
Là, tu penses que c'est bien. On me dit nickel.
Impec. Je vous laisse meubler.
On va meubler. Donc, on va peut-être pouvoir parler un petit peu de Cthulhu Save the World avant que ça arrive. Donc, jeu sorti par Zayboid Game. Jeu vachement cool. C'est un RPG parodique.
Meublon.
C'est un RPG parodique. Comme Zayboid, on a fait pas mal en jeu parodique. Donc, ils ont fait Cthulhu Save the World. Avant, ils avaient fait les Breath of the Death.
Breath of the 7, ouais, ils ont fait les deux en même temps. D'ailleurs, je crois au début, ils étaient vendus en pack sur Steam.
Oui, mais il me semble que Breath of the Death, c'est un petit peu plus vieux quand même. Il l'avait fait avant et de toute façon, ils vendent les jeux en pack. Et il y a pas longtemps, enfin juste après que Cthulhu Save the World, ils se sont lancés dans un gros projet de faire un RPG qui, pour le coup, n'était pas une parodie. Ils se sont lancés dans un projet de gros RPG. Alors, CosmykTheDolfyn, qui est sorti il n'y a même pas un mois.
Oui, il était à peu près un mois, j'ai vu ça justement.
Voilà, avec juste 3 ans de retard par rapport à ce qui était annoncé initialement. Mais ça, c'est pas grave, on n'en veut pas, le jeu est génial. Et donc, le jeu s'inspire énormément de Chrono Trigger, d'ailleurs, pour CosmykTheDolfyn. Oui, comme dit Moa, ne cherchez pas les 6 premiers Breath of the Death. C'est pas la peine. Et donc, oui, donc on va aller sur Cthulhu Save the World. Donc, le jeu est sorti sur Steam et sur Xbox 360. Donc là, notre runner va runner la version Steam. Simplement parce que, comme ça, avec une manette et un clavier, ça va beaucoup plus vite pour mâcher. Mais ça devrait pas trop tarder à arriver. Alors le runner qui est... alors du coup, c'est... J'ai une telle mémoire des noms, c'est terrible la vieillesse. Guéric qui d'ailleurs a répété son world record il y a 9 jours. Hein. Explosant aussi le mien bien royalement, mais le mien il est vieux. Non, Cthulhu, c'est pas le dieu nordique de la guerre. Oups, c'est mon micro qui s'est enfui. Le problème des micro-cravates, c'est que des fois, ils essaient de faire du soin à l'élastique. Non, Cthulhu, c'est pas le dieu nordique de la... Cthulhu, c'est un dieu ancien, issu notamment des écrits de Lovecraft. Donc, c'est un dieu du chaos et de la folie et d'autres joyeusetés du genre. Et en fait, nous, on prononce Cthulhu, mais théoriquement, ça ne doit pas se prononcer Cthulhu, simplement, ce ne serait pas prononçable par des cordes vocales humaines. Voilà, pour continuer sur Cthulhu. Et donc là, d'ailleurs, on va croiser tout un bestiaire Lovecraftien. On aura le temps d'en reparler un petit peu. Mais autrement, qu'est-ce qu'on peut dire sur le jeu? Oui, donc la route a beaucoup été améliorée depuis que Guéric et Ghost King, notamment, sont venus sur le jeu. Est-ce que toi, d'ailleurs, tu runs le jeu? Parce que je ne te vois pas dans les leaderboards. Allô, allô? Allô? Oui, Caribou, je ne t'entends plus. Caribou, es-tu là?
Tu m'entends?
Oui!
Parce que moi, j'entends à peine, en fait. Là, je suis en train d'essayer de voir pourquoi je t'entends à peine.
D'accord, parce que moi, je ne t'entendais plus du tout.
Là, je suis concentré à essayer de résoudre ce souci, parce que c'est absolument